Bro, he may really be gone, like actually dead. Which would kind of make sense of why he randomly brought up, like, man, I'm trying to go to heaven all of a sudden. Where it's like, you've never spoke like that before. But now, the rumors are spreading. He was not seen at all today, and he has nothing scheduled for the entire weekend. Nothing scheduled on Monday. 0 appearances. Then J.D. Vance suspiciously said this during his interview. God forbid there's a terrible tragedy. It was just like, one of them like pre-programming things like, hey, get ready. Now, obviously, this is all speculation, but like, Donald's a hater. He always be watching. So as soon as people would be saying like, oh, we think he may be dead, I think that he would immediately make a truth post like, no, I'm still here. I don't know what y'all think this was. I see y'all on Monday. National Guard is on the way. The speculations really started to pick up the pace when people started to notice how bad his hand was getting. People remember Queen Elizabeth was seen with the same exact type of bruised hand. She died 2 days later. Making its waves on social media. More and more people are like, wait a second. No, hold on. We think he really may be dead. Everybody on the timeline talk about it without actually saying it. I'm here saying it out loud. Spoke to a reporter, president is dead. He just died. Now, no source. I have no idea if that's true or not. But it's weird that he has not said anything. I'm surprised his people haven't just been like, you guys are idiots. Shut up. Obviously, he's not dead. Like, usually they love making people look stupid. Like, they love to call people stupid. But all of a sudden, it's just like radio silence. And now I'm just sitting here scratching my head like, wait a second. It would kind of make sense. Where it's like, oh, yeah, that's why he was like, nah, I'm about to Sims mode this shit. Ballroom over there. Hold on, I got the Mar-a-Lago. Man, bring them poles up. Yup. Rose Garden, forget that. Concrete. I need an event. I'm about to do something to the roof, too. He's going to pop out the color like peroxide in Trump fashion. Or, I mean, we never hear from him again. He dead. And then J.D. Vance, I guess, takes over. That's not a good sign. One thing, though, whether he dead or alive, that's going to be an interesting Labor Day weekend because some people are going to be celebrating and some people are going to be crying over their barbecue. We going to see.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Guys, internet is going crazy asking where is Trump. It's been a couple of days without seeing him. What's happening? Tell us. Wow, guys, it's a lot. You're going to hear from the people. Let's dive in. Credit belongs to the owner of the videos. I will come back with more commentary.
Okay, so I'm going to jump on the bandwagon here. I usually don't post this late at night, but where the hell is Donald Trump? So apparently, he has not been seen since Tuesday. He has not made any appearances, nothing, today, yesterday, or the day before. And the White House has no events scheduled for him this weekend. Now, if he's as sick as a lot of people have been speculating lately, maybe he was so sick that a doctor said, you just have to stop. And that means you can't even be in bed and having meetings with people. Like, you have to completely stop, like disappear, to try to get a little better, maybe. But that's kind of doubtful, because I think they'd make an announcement. This is very sudden. And there's a strange video going around that showed him supposedly coming back from golf on Tuesday, getting into some car, and that he still had his golf shoes on. Is very odd. Usually take your golf shoes off, like at the course, and get into your regular shoes. I don't know. There's a lot of videos. Everybody is doing videos tonight. And they're all saying, where's Donald Trump? What's going on? Where is the president? And why did J.D. Vance all of a sudden start doing meetings today and interviews? And in at least one interview, he said, oh, he's in great health, but God forbid if something should happen, I'm ready to take over. Like, why did he say that? I know he's the vice president and he's supposed to take over, but why today? Why, when Donald Trump is not seen, is J.D. Vance saying this?
What a lot of people are saying on social media, the reason why that is because a lot of people were just playing a badass game of telephone. August 28th, which was yesterday at about 5:30, it was reported that J.D. Vance, which is our vice president, said that he's ready to be president, even though he was praising Donald Trump's health. Then, to add fuel to the fire, today at around 5:17 p.m., a journalist by the name of Laura Rosen posted, Trump has no public events scheduled all weekend. Don't believe he was seen today either. Then she posted the actual schedule that shows the president having no public scheduled events, Sunday nor Monday. Then another reporter responded to this message saying that he wasn't seen yesterday either. Robert Macias came out of nowhere and instigating, but we love the additional tea. Also, it's just a coincidence that JD Vance would just come out and say a statement like that he's ready to be president while we haven't seen Trump in days. Especially when the last person JD Vance went to go see was the... Mind you, this was also the time that we started seeing him rock. I mean, I guess it's really looking like...
Actually, guys, as you saw, there's rumors. People are saying like, where is he? Why we don't see him? Maybe he's gone, but actually there's no proof of that. It's just rumors for now because they haven't seen him in few days, and we all know like he always posts or show up. So now people are not seeing him and they know he's sick, so they start thinking like that. But actually it's rumors. There's nothing like confirmed. You understand what I'm trying to say? So guys, let's keep watching.
Donald Trump has not been seen for 3 days now, and people are starting to ask questions. He has not been out golfing. He has not been seen by the press pool or made any public appearances. Now, the last time we saw Donald Trump, he was at his cabinet meeting, sitting behind a desk so we couldn't see his ankles and trying to cover the bruising on his wrist. Now, Donald Trump has taken a hiatus before during this presidential term, and when he returned, that's when we noticed the ankles, that's when we noticed the bruising on the wrist. And the questions started being asked, and the White House was forced to update us on his health. Well, the questions are being asked again. Where is Donald Trump? This is a man, his whole life, loves the attention. He tries to get in front of a camera as much as he can, and now he's shying away now that he's president of the United States and can dictate the narrative at any given moment. Now he's hiding away. It is up to the press to find out if something is wrong. Force the White House, who is the most transparent in history, to give us some information.
This may very well just be a rumor. I mean, it is just a rumor at this point, but the number of posts about Trump being dead are incredibly high on Twitter right now. It's the trending in politics. Again, there is no absolutely zero factual information that I have found so far, other than there is a rumor that he is dead and it is trending on Twitter. According to Reddit, and this is something that if you think about it, is true. He hasn't been seen since yesterday. He wasn't seen today and has no public events scheduled this weekend at all. He hasn't actually been seen in public since Wednesday, and we don't know if he'll be seen in public again until Tuesday. And there are rumors circulating that he's died. Twitter is freaking out about this, especially after the Federal Appeals Court ruled 7-4 that POTUS tariffs are unconstitutional. You would think he would tweet about that, right? Yeah, this is the last thing he tweeted from 7 hours ago at 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
So guys, what do you think happening? Where do you think he's now, right now? For me, I think, you never know with him. Maybe he's planning surprise. He always surprises us with something big and you never thought he can do. Maybe he's planning something, and either they're saying he's in vacation, either they're saying maybe the sickness have gotten worse. But to be honest, whatever you are hearing in these videos, it's not like confirmed yet, because no one from the Oval Office come and say anything about this. We are waiting, but I just want you to bring your own update on what's happening, what people are saying. But some of these also are joke. And yeah, guys, let's watch. I'll be back.
It is currently Friday at 5:30 p.m. Eastern Time, and Trump has not been seen since the cabinet meeting on Tuesday, at least on film. So they haven't allowed Grandpa to play president in the Oval Office, which if you follow up on news, happens quite frequently. Sometimes they just give him a little trophy. They were talking about FIFA last week, and sometimes it's an executive order, and then he'll answer all the questions, and that's where you see all the clips and the buffoonery on TikTok. None of that has happened in days. So I just want people to kind of be on alert. I'm not trying to create hopecore or any type of rumors, but it is just interesting that we're going into holiday weekend. We haven't seen him. Further, if you go to C-SPAN and you click on their schedule, I clicked on today's events Eastern Time and I scrolled down, and there was supposed to be, it says TBD, but it does say that the president would speak to reporters en route to New Jersey. So he's supposed to go to New Jersey this weekend. And so it could very well be that within an hour of me putting this up, he's on a plane to New Jersey and we're getting audio at least of him. But it's just very suspicious. Also, JD Vance had an interview yesterday where he said he had answered the question that was asked about, him being a heartbeat away from the presidency. And he did say Trump was in good health. You can look it up. Just like go online, just search JD Vance ready to step in. I'm sure you'll find it. But he didn't necessarily it wasn't propagandized. It didn't feel like he was like, yeah, I'm going to step in. But what's weird is there's a ton of articles now through the conservative media. Let me show you. So this is U.S. Homeland Security news. I don't even know if that's valid, but talking about how he said he's, if God forbid there was a terrible tragedy, he'd step in. We've got one from the New York Post. He's ready to take over. Here's the Daily Mail. JD Vance says he's ready. This is just, these are not outlets that are traditional media anyway. You take everything they say with a grain of salt. It could just be them wanting headlines and clickbait, but just be locked in this weekend. Again, not trying to create hope core. You can get hopeful if you want, but something's up.
We have some news right now. Vice President J.D. Vance says that he is ready to assume the duties of President of the United States if something were to happen to Donald Trump concerning Donald Trump's health in a new exclusive interview with USA Today. Vance was asked about the recent health concerns about Donald Trump, including his vein deficiencies, including the bruising on his hands. Vance says that Trump is in very good health, that he is the first one making calls in the morning, the last one making calls at night, that there is no issues with Donald Trump's health. But if there ever is an issue in the next 3 years, Vance says that he has received a ton of, quote, on-the-ground training over the past 200 days that would make him fully comfortable assuming the office of President of the United States. Now, obviously, a key facet of being vice president is if something happens to the president, the vice president steps up, is in the next in the line of succession. With all the news about Donald Trump's health swirling, I don't want there to be any conspiracy theories, but we do definitely need more answers from the White House about the bruising and other things. And Vance is now being asked questions as well by reporters. Vance is also the front runner in 2028 for Republicans, so he's preparing to try to be president anyway. And even spread the word. Let me know what you think and follow along for all the news you need to know.
It's actually, as I say, there's nothing confirmed yet. This is internet rumors, but also people are saying it's weird if he don't show up, because people used to see him tweeting, talking on the posting, because he's always active on social media. There's no way you just miss him all these days. So that's why people are maybe something happened. Other they're maybe he's planning something big. Other they're maybe he's traveling. Other he's as you saw in the video. But to be honest, everything you saw in the video, nothing confirmed yet. It's people thinking and imagination so far. So but I don't know what you think about the situation, but even me, somehow I feel like he's up to something, because it's not normal for him to spend all this to just be quiet just like that without even the tweet. It's not like him. It doesn't sound like him, but also with him we can expect everything. He always surprises us, but what's happening, it's not for sure. I know there's people who see this kind of news and they say, oh, this happening, oh, he's gone. No, not yet. Nothing have confirmed. We don't even know if he's sick or he's on vacation or he's doing walking behind the scene, doing his things as always. Actually, that's the reason why I bring this video, to let you know what's happening on internet, what people are saying happening, and I don't want you to get news which are misinformed. Actually, nothing I've confirmed, and I think he's fine. I think he's doing something. He's working on something which will surprise us as always, but I think he's there. He's there. And the other people, they are saying, remember even the other day he was we didn't see him and they come with the bruise on his hand and stuff like that. That's maybe why. Maybe sometimes when you don't feel okay, you don't come to social media. Maybe also that, because we all know he's sick. Maybe you don't feel good now. It's maybe different things actually, but so far what I wanted to say, nothing is confirmed yet. So don't listen to the people who are just saying something not confirmed. That people, let's just wait and see what's happening. I know we'll hear from him anytime soon. Of course, from like 3 a.m. treat, weird treat, or I don't know, guys. I don't know. That's what I can say. I was like, let me let you know what's happening. And to tell you, like, nothing is confirmed. Like, if he's sick, if he's traveling, if he's like anything, nothing. Just what I can tell you, just we have to wait. If I have any update, of course I will update you. And I just want to thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share. See you next one. Bye.